MAT 0028, Test 3 Review, Part 6. Number 31, solve. For this one, you want to note, even if it doesn't say solve, you have the equal sign. So you have an equation. The next thing you would want to know is it the old kind of equation, a linear equation, or is it a quadratic equation? If it was multiplied, it would be 2x squared. So it is the new kind, the quadratic equation. This one is actually set up in your zero product law form. You have A times B equals 0. So you're ready to break it apart. Either 2x plus 3 equals 0, or x minus 1 equals 0, and then you solve by isolating the variable. These are now linear equations. So in our first one, we're going to subtract the 3 from both sides. And it is fine to do this in your head. So 2x equals negative 3, and divide by 2. So you get x equals negative 3 halves. For the second one, just add your 1. So you have two solutions, and it is normal to put them in solution set symbols in order like the number lines. So negative 3 halves and 1. It just holds the answers together. Number 32. We have a solve problem. The first thing you want to see there, even without words, is the equal symbol. And so you ask yourself, old kind or new kind? Look at the exponent. It is the new kind, exponent of 2. So we want to go with our zero product law. You make sure you have a 0 on one side. This one does have the 0. The second requirement is it needs to have a product on the other side. This one does not. So you factor to get a product. So we have a trinomial, goes into two sets of parentheses. This says do like signs both minus. We'll split the x's, and we're multiplying to get 15, combining to get 8. How about 5 times 3? And so we'll throw those in. You should still check. If you factor wrong, you're going to get it wrong. So minus 3 minus 5 gives us minus 8. That works. Now you're set up like the rule. You have a 0 and you have a product. So here's our A, here's our B, there's our 0. So we're going to break it apart. Either x minus 5 equals 0, or x minus 3 equals 0. And on the first one, you're going to add your 5. So x equals 5. On the second one, add your 3. So x equals 3. So two answers. We'll put them in the solution set symbols. And we'll put the 3 first just because it comes first on the number line. And there you go. Number 33, we're going to solve. Again, if we had no directions, we have an equal symbol. That tells us solve. We ask ourselves, old kind of equation or new kind? If it was multiplied, it would be x squared, so it is a quadratic equation. Now, our requirements, first of all, we have to have a 0. This one does not have a 0, so you have to get a 0. We can always add, subtract, or multiply or divide from both sides. So we will subtract the 14 to get it off. So I'm going to subtract 14 here. When I subtract it on the other side, it will give me the 0 that I wanted. Now, I've actually messed up the product on that side, so I'm going to go ahead and just multiply this out. X squared minus 5x minus 14. Okay, we've met the first requirement. We have a 0. The second requirement is you have to have a product on the other side, which we don't have. We factor to get a product. So we have a trinomial again. Two sets of parentheses, different signs, split the x's, and you're multiplying to get a 14, combining to get 5. How about 7 times 2? and we want a minus 5. So you need the minus with your bigger 1. Double check. Minus 7x plus 2x gives a minus 5x. So now we're set up. This is our A, this is our B, and there is our 0. You're ready to break it apart. Either x plus 2 equals 0 or x minus 7 equals 0. So you're going to subtract your 2 from both sides on your first one. Gives you x equals negative 2. You're going to add a 7 to both sides. Gives you x equals 7. And we have two answers. So negative 2 and 7.